everybody, today we are doing heart lacing because Valentine's Day is on Sunday, so it is coming up really fast. And we wanted to celebrate, but we also wanted to do something that will make our minds start working again since we're all in quarantine. So everybody should have picked up a bag that looks like this. If you had an E on the front, that means that you've got the easy one, and the easy one is the blue. And if you got an M, that means medium difficulty, so you got the red. And if you got H, that means you're doing something really hard, and it's gonna be the yellow hearts, okay? Also, we'll be recording this and putting it on YouTube, so if you missed it, or if something happens and I went too fast, you can go back and watch the video on YouTube. And our YouTube channel is on the bottom of the pieces of paper that were in your bags. And if you forgot your piece of paper, it's called BCL Buzz, and Buzz is capitalized. So that's capital BCLB UZZ, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to do the heart lacing, and then I'm gonna tell you how I did it, and then we're gonna talk about what's coming up in the spring, and it's gonna be so exciting. And I'll even tell you some secrets about summertime, but we have to wait on that, okay? So we're gonna start with easy, okay? So you can see it's a blue heart, and there are some numbers and some holes cut out. See? And then you have a piece of yarn, and look how long your yarn is. It's longer than my arms, okay? So how I start it is I'm gonna take my string, and I'm just gonna put it through the one. And the one is located right here. So when I start, I'm gonna be moving in and out, and I don't want my string to move. So I am going to do a very loose double knot. And if you don't know how to knot, find an adult or a bigger kid to help you, okay? So I'm just gonna double knot it really loose. So that way it's not moving around. Okay, there we go. So I've got mine done. And so now that we've done one, we're gonna go through two. So you're gonna find the end of your yarn. It's really far away, but you're gonna have to find it. So we went through this way. So now we're going to take the other end. This is the end we tied, and this is the other end. And we're going to put it through the two, okay? So do that, and just keep pulling through. Make sure that this part is in the front, okay? So now we've gone from the one to the two, okay? So what number comes after two? 7? No, 3. So we're gonna find 3. 3 is all the way up here. So we're gonna have to go across the heart. So we just went to the back. Now we're going to go through the 3 this way. Why are we gonna do that? Because if we do it this way, it's gonna wrap around the heart and it's gonna make it harder for later. So flip your heart backwards and go through the 3 like this and pull it through. Okay, so now this is the front and this is the back. Have one line in the front and one line in the back. Okay, so now that we've gone through 3, we're gonna go through 4, and 4 is at the very bottom down here. Okay. Now we went through the front. Do you notice how we're going in, out through the heart? We're just lacing in and out. So every time you go through the front, the next time you're gonna go through the back, okay? So you're gonna do that all the way until you get to number 11, which is down here. And then you can tie it off, or you could just keep doing it. And if you wanna get really crazy, you can start at 11 and work your way down to 1, just focusing on your numbers and figuring out what comes next. Okay. This might be intimidating because there's lots of dots, but it's going to be a lot easier than the yellow one. So this is the medium one. We're going to do the medium one. And if you have the medium one, you have the longest yarn. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing that we did with the blue one, but a lot more times, okay? We are really practicing our numbers here. So if you look really, really hard, the number 1 is right here, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the blue. We're gonna put it through the 1, and we're gonna make a loose knot. You probably are gonna have to knot it twice, just so it's big enough. And again, if you don't know how to knot, find someone to help you, okay? Okay, so I did mine. Make sure, yep, okay, there we go. So there's the tied off. And then you have to look, and there's my end. Did you find your end? Okay, so we just went this way into the heart. Now where's our number 2? You have to keep looking. Oh, there's number 2 all the way up here. So we're gonna go through the number 2. You're gonna have to pull it through, pull it through, pull it through, and you really have to watch and make sure that you don't get any knots in your yarn, okay? So there's our number 2. So now that we've gone through the back side, into the back side of the heart, now we're gonna go through the front. So you're gonna have to find the end of your string. Okay, so where is number 3? Oh, there it is right there. So we're going to go through number 3, through the front, and you're gonna have to work on pulling it, pulling it, pulling it. And when you're doing that, make sure that you keep the loop that we're making in the back, because if you put it in the front, I'll just show you what it does if it's in the front. If it's in the front, it's gonna start doing that and it's gonna pull. So make sure that that is in the back. So this is the front. You have a nice little in the back. Okay, so after 3 comes 4, and 4 is just right there. So it's gonna be super easy to find. So now we're going from the front to the back. You're gonna pull, pull, pull. Boom, okay, we did it, okay. So I'm gonna do a few more ones on this one, and then we're gonna move on to the hard one, okay? So we just did 4, where's 5? 5 is up here. Go through 5. It's gonna be an arm workout for some of you guys, right? Okay, so after 5, we're gonna do 6. Where's number 6? Oh, there it is right there. Okay, we're gonna go through 6. And by the time we're done, we're gonna have a beautiful heart that's just a bunch of yarn every which direction. So you're gonna do that all the way up until 28, which is right up at the top. Okay, so after that, you can tie it off, or you can keep doing it, or if you wanna go from 28 to 1, that's fine too. Mr. Patrick asked, why 28? Because that's how many I could fit in the heart, Mr. Patrick. I couldn't fit 30. I wanted the numbers to be seen, okay?
That's also how many days are in February.
That's also how many days are in February. Oh my goodness, Mr. Patrick. Maybe that's why I did it. Maybe I thought of that earlier. So that's the medium one, okay? And how did I make this, you might ask? I used cardstock paper. I printed a huge heart and made sure numbers were on it. And then I took a hole puncher and I hole punched it. And then I had to measure how long the string was. It took me forever to cut this string. Can you imagine? It's so long. It's longer than my arms. So that's how I did that. And now we're gonna do the hard one. Are you ready? If you have a hard one, breathe. Ready? We're gonna get our math skills on.
We have an update.
We have an update. What's the update, Mr. Patrick?
Harvey is showing us his. He's working on the blue one.
Ooh, blue one, okay.
Looking good. And
Looking
Jenna is
good.
also working on the red one.
Way to go.
And it's coming along nicely. And Drew, which one does Drew have? I think Drew has the blue one.
Yep, blue.
Blue? Yeah, and it's looking good. So we've got 3 reds and 2 blue projects going. So we might check back.
Mr. Patrick, what is 3 plus 2?
5.
Yes. So that's what this heart is all about. We are going to be adding, subtracting, and the final one is multiplication. Super hard, right? So if you have the hard one, here's what we got to do. So what I did is I added, subtracted, and multiplied all of them, and then I put what it equals. So I put equals 1, equals 2, equals 5, equals 10, whatever. So you have to maybe try to write it down on the heart first before you start doing it, because you're going to take forever if you just sit here and do it as you thread, okay? So what I did, 1 right here. 0 plus 1 equals 1. So we're going to start with 1. And here's our long piece of yarn. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I did with the last two. I'm just going to go through number 1 and tie it off. I'm going to be so good at tying knots after this.
You could also use tape.
You can also use tape. Way to go, Mr. Patrick. You can also use tape. Okay, I think I've got that tied off and ready to go. And yellow is also my favorite color, so I'm very excited about this. So we've got our 1. Now, let's look at this. What's going to equal 2 on here? I think it's going to be the 1 plus 1 equals 2. So we're going to do that. We're going to go through the 2 in the front. Remember, we're watching where our yarn is at. We're not getting it stuck anywhere. So it just went right across. Now we're going to look for that 3. What's going to equal 3? Well, I think we're going to do the 6 minus 3 equals 3. We're going to go through. And if your yarn starts to break off like mine, where it's just every which direction, you can kind of fold that and use it like that, or you can cut it and make it a little bit shorter. Just whatever is going to make it easiest for you. Okay, we gotta find that 4. There it is. 4 minus 0 equals 4. Okay, so minus, addition, there. But the last one is multiplication. So if you have not done multiplication yet, or you have not learned multiplication yet, the final one is up here, and it is 3 times 4, which equals, Mr. Patrick?
12.
Yes, 12. So that's the final one, and 12 is right up here, and there is no reason I picked 12. Maybe it was just an even number, but that's the hard one, okay? So you're gonna keep doing that, and at the end you can tape it, or twist it, or knot it, or just keep going. So what do they look like? What does everyone look like? Good? We're all
well.
good? We're all set? Okay.
Looking good.
So while you're
Excellent.
doing that, I just want to tell you what the next pickup to go craft is going to be. Okay, are you ready? It is going to be paper bag puppets, and they're monsters too. So there's my monster. I named him Philippe, and he likes to eat worms. Ew, do you like to eat worms? I know I don't. Worms are gross. Maybe Mr. Patrick likes to eat worms. Do you like to eat worms?
No, I do not.
No, I don't like to eat worms. That's what he likes to eat, okay? So when you pick that up, you are going to get a bag, and you're gonna get a little piece of paper like this, okay? It has a picture of me on it with Philippe. How exciting. And you get to pick what eyes you want. So you could have scary eyes, regular eyes, just one eye right in the middle of your head. You get to pick your mouth. You get to pick your nose. Don't pick your nose, but you get to pick your nose. And then you get to choose your antennas, your ears, whatever you want. And so you get to design that. And if you don't want to do that, you can just color him, okay? And if you have googly eyes at home, you can do that too. So this is really gonna focus on your fine motor skills of cutting and gluing and coloring and just decorating, okay? So make sure to do your puppet in the front. So that way the best part is the mouth when you open and close it. Don't do it from this side, otherwise you're gonna be like this the whole time. So remember to do it in the front, because one time I did that, it was really, really embarrassing. Don't want to talk about it. But make sure that the bent part is in the front so you can use it to talk, okay? So that's what's going to be the next to go craft, and you can pick that up on Tuesday. Okay, not Monday, but Tuesday, because we will be closed on Monday for President's Day, okay? So that's the next To Go Craft. So ask your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, cousin, family member, teacher to pick it up for you, okay? They're gonna be here. You can get that at the drive-through window or at the children's desk with Mr. Patrick and I. And then I have a secret. Are you ready? Raise your hand if you're ready for the secret. Okay, I'm so excited, guys. Summer reading is almost here, okay? And the theme is tails and tales. What does that mean? It means tails as in books and tails as in wagging your tail. So anything with tails we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna talk about cats, dogs, horses, zebras, cows, monkeys, whales, fish, mermaids, anything with tails. Any imaginary creature, any house cat, anything. We can have a jungle week and we can just party like monkeys. We can have dog week where we talk about dog man, anything with tails. So it's gonna be super exciting and super fun. So start getting ready, get your tails ready to go, get your cat ears ready to go.